You cannot compare China, CCP China, to Israel. Again, you cannot compare the Chinese CCP tyranny to Israel. Chinese CCP rates 9 out of 100 in freedom index as far as freedom of press goes. They don't have a democracy. They don't have a voting system. There's only one party system. They don't have access to other social media outlets. And furthermore, there's an ongoing genocide. Whereas in Israel, they are 70 out of 100 in freedom of index of freedom, as far as the press goes, and 80 out of 100 as far as politics goes. They are not a apartheid state like the one they had in South Africa. Jews, Muslims, and Christians, Arabs, from Ethiopia, from Russia. It's a multicultural country, and they have the same rights. You have, you look this up, Arab judge sentenced a Jewish Israeli president to jail. And there's a lot more examples. Let's have a dialogue. If you want to say that Israel is aggressor and apartheid state, reach out to me. I'm willing to have a conversation with you. You cannot say this. A lot of friends come to me and say, well, you're against CCP. Why you're not against Israel? My mind literally blew up. What do you mean? You cannot compare those two. I mean, I want to say, yeah, go over there and take a look yourself. I mean, in Chinese culture, in CCP China, you don't have a sense of self-criticism. You cannot criticize CCP China. Whereas Israel, you want to hear criticism, go walk in the streets of Tel Aviv and go sit in the bus. I mean, there are heated conversations to actually criticize their own country. They have an election system. You know, they have the media of Israel is not state-owned, whereas China, it is state-owned. You cannot, it's impossible. This goes back to, you know, a tinfoil hat. And last video I talked about conspiracies. You have these inner belief of the Jewish state, and somehow they're aggressors. You know, another thing, example I could give is UN. China controls UN, whereas Israel is controlled by the UN. Unfortunately, I mean, it's the only country in the world that gets bombarded with resolutions. Take care.